I'm someone who is grateful. I'm grateful to have been born in the United States, to have had the economic prospects, to have had the world's reserve currency at my back, which enabled me to invest the money that I earned and allow that to grow. I've been pro-America as the biggest liberator on the planet, freedom-wise. Perfect? No. Iraq war? Very bad. In general, a force for good compared to anybody else who would wield the power and the sword that the United States had after World War II and after the Cold War. And yet today we sit on a precipice in the great land of the bald eagle where freedom and liberty have flourished. We are on the precipice in New York of electing a snake, a communist that wants to seize the means of production, that wants to institute policies that have been proven over and over and over again to fail, to not work. And yet people within the city demand this change because they feel screwed over by the money printing that has enabled massive inflation, especially during the Biden years, and that money has been siphoned off. So they demand change and they move to the populist left, which is going to destroy the great city of New York. In Virginia, you have Jay Jones, who stated that he would use 2 bullets of his political opponent, Brad Gilbert, the Speaker of the House at the time, and Hitler and Pol Pot, and he only had 2 bullets. He would use both of them on Gilbert and then dreamed of killing his children, the 2 children that he saw in person, and have them die in their mother's arms, such that they would change their political views, because it's only through pain that you can get people to change. And yet he is 50-50 on Polymarket to be elected Attorney General in the state of Virginia. It should be disqualifying completely, but yet Virginians, Democrats, are going to continue to vote for this man. Joe Biden allowed illegals to stream over the border and funded them with your tax dollars, and yet Democrats are getting in the way of the deportations that we voted for. This is a bifurcation of the American system and potential civil war, and it is metastasizing in communists being elected, in the Democrats continuing to win off-year campaigns, likely in New Jersey and Virginia. These people should be decimated. They're using your tax dollars to fund illegals and then have convinced you to step in the way of ICE so that they can maintain what they believe to be, as Elon Musk demonstrated on Joe Rogan, their permanent electoral majority, because they get credit in the census for all those illegals that are there. And believe you me, when they gain the presidency, they are going to initiate 2 more states, Puerto Rico and Washington, D.C., to the nation. They are going to pack the Supreme Court and grant amnesty and have a permanent electoral majority. All this is about power and politics, and they don't care about the people. And then they blame the Republicans for exactly what they do. The Democrats are holding the government hostage, shutting it down, and blaming the Republicans for the shutdown, despite the fact that all senators, save Rand Paul on the Republican side, vote to open the government. And the Democrats, they need 7 votes, but they can't get them because Schumer is shutting the government down. And they want maximum pain that they can extract maximum political advantage for themselves. Not for America, but for the little uniparty sliver that siphons off your tax dollars to their various NGOs. They murdered Charlie Kirk and laughed about it publicly. You can't live with these people. Sorry. This is why we, as a family, have not returned to the United States of America yet. Why? I live abroad. As I mentioned earlier, I've been fortunate in my life and done fairly well, not billionaire level or anything close to it, but at least I can provide for my family and live where I want. And I'm using this as an opportunity to encourage you to move away from your blue jurisdictions because they're going to get worse. All the people that are leaving New York that are voting against Mondami will allow this cancer to take over New York on a permanent basis. So, America, you're at a tipping point. Can you deal with the people that are still voting Democrat as they blame the Republicans, as they celebrate Charlie Kirk's murder? The answer is no, because we have been divided by social media, which continues to feed you exactly what you interact with, what you like, in order to keep you on the line. And thus, there's no differing view as we continue to live in online bifurcated rooms and visions of the world that do not commingle. And I myself, when I push back against these people on my social media feeds, find myself being blocked and canceled, as I'm sure no doubt you do. Please leave it in the comment section and thumb up this video and let me know your thoughts on the matter. But the fact that Jay Jones might win Attorney General after what he's saying, what should be completely disqualifying, that people are getting in the way of ICE officers, that you're going to have a communist snake running New York City in all likelihood, is the saddest state of affairs. The fact that young people's brains have been co-opted into communism is so sad, because when you go to these communist nations, and I lived in the Czech Republic for 6 months, and I visited various places around, whether it be Poland, the former USSR, Russia, Ukraine. I've been to all these places and I've seen how these people live, and there is still that hangover from the communist days that exist, especially with the older people and to a lesser degree with the younger. And yet you want to import this to America, and I ask why. And so I hope that I'm able to explain to you why I'm less bullish, and please leave it in the comment section if you can find a reason to be hopeful for America. Despite the fact that you have Donald Trump, you have all these forces pushing back against him, and it's all about money and control. They want to steal from you all that money that flows directly into the NGOs. That's your tax dollars, and it's going to fund illegal so that they have a permanent electoral majority. Again, watch the Elon Musk podcast with Joe Rogan. It's fantastic as he discussed this, and this is something that most of you know intrinsically in your hearts. So please, goodness gracious, vote against Jay Jones, vote for Winsome Sears, vote against Mondami, and I hope that my cries at the last second don't fall on deaf ears with all 100, 200 people I reach on YouTube and more on Rumble who watch. So God bless everybody out there, and God bless America, my land that gave me opportunity, that I'm grateful that I was born into, that I see in rapid decline. Peace out.